Welcome back to part 2 of my tutorial. Alright, we are finished with the head. We're going to work on the neck. The neck is 2 rows long, and this row wants us to do a single crochet, and then 2 single crochets here, and repeat all the way around. That will give us 4 additional stitches, so from 12 to 16. So there is one. I did take the stuffing out of my head because I was very frustrated trying to hold it without crocheting some of the stuffing. You could do the same. I was trying to pretty much stick with the pattern. I tend to change the pattern to suit, my taste or just things that I think would be better, but I'm trying not to do that. My yellow was coming out a little bit. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is 5. Stitch 6. And now we're going to do 7 and 8 in the same stitch. 7 and 8. Nine, 10, and then 11 and 12. Amigurumi uses a lot of multiples of 4, 6, and 8. And as you can see, we have 3 stitches left, plus the extra one will bring us to 16. So this is stitch 13. 14. And then 15 and 16. And now I'm going to move my stitch marker and do the second row of the neck. And the second row is another increase of 4 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet. Sorry. All right, we're going to do a single crochet here, single crochet here, single crochet here, and then stitch 4 and stitch 5 will be in this one. All right, let me turn my thing back up. Make sure I'm saying that right. 1, 2, and then 2. All right, so this is how I do it. I did it this way just for this last row, or you can continue to just count by the pattern repeat. So this is how I do it. 1, 2, get out of the way. 3, and then 4. And I know my increase is going to end on a multiple. 5 now. 5. Or you could start counting over again. So now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and on this 4th stitch we're going to put our 2 single crochets, a 4, why is it getting stuck? I caught a strand from another Okay, 4. I had to add some green on. That's why there's a knot here. This is really tight, but it's okay. And 5. So now we have 2 sections of 5, which is 10. So we are halfway done with this row. 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to do an increase here. 4 and 5. And now we should have 1, 2, 3, and our last stitch is where we put the increase. So 3 times 5 is 15. This is 16. 17. 18. We'll take that up. 18. And 19 and 20. And now we have finished the neck. So let's see what we have to do next. All right, it says, now we're stuffing the head. I thought we already did that, but whatever. Now we're going to do the body, which is, oh yeah, we did. Oh, I got confused here. That's all right. I forgot I had to rip out some of the stitches. All right, so now we're on the body. Okay, I'm going to... No, I'm okay. And then body is 2 rows, and then you have to make a decision. Do you want your kitty cat to have his little side on the right or on the left? So 15, we're going to just do, I'm sorry, row 15, we're going to put 1 in going all the way around, and then 16, we're going to increase it by 4. So I'm going to put a stitch marker back in. And because this is all just single crochets going around, I will meet you at the end of the row. Put 1 single crochet all the way around, count your stitches, make sure you have 20. Okay, I have just finished row 15, and the little octopus jumped in when I was doing that. You have to go back over there. All right, I'm going to put my stitch marker on, and this one we're going to increase 4 stitches to 24. So it's going to be on the 5th stitch, we're going to put 2 in. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. But let's read the pattern to make sure. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, and then in the 5th stitch you're going to do 5 and 6. 4 times, 6 times 4 is 24. I'll do the first pattern with you, and then I'll let you finish on your own. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot what I said. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I was right. 4. So this next one is going to be stitch 5 and stitch 6. Oh. All right, I will see you at the end of the row. Make sure you're counting before you proceed to the next row. Realize I said the math wrong on that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 times 6 is 24. In my head, I think I might have said 30 or out loud. So I apologize if I made anyone confused. Okay, I am done with the neck. I'm sorry, I'm done with the first part of the body because the neck was 2 stitches and then we did 2 more stitches. Did I do that right? I did that right. All right, it says, do you want to do the left or the right? I am going to do the right, and it's the first paragraph on the next page. And this is going to have a weird increase. It's not going to be even. It's going to be uneven to make it wider on one side. So it says make 1 single crochet in the first 6 stitches. So we're going to do it together. I'm going to move my stitch marker. I'm just going to lay it here for now. I'm going to try not to mess this up. Okay. Sorry, some little music for you while I'm trying to do this. Okay, tighten that up. So what we're going to do is 6 stitches. 1. Okay. 2. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And now we're going to start a repeat. And the repeat is from the one asterisk to the next asterisk, and we're going to do it 2 times. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, and then 2 single crochets in the 6th stitch. Then we're going to do it 1 more time. Then we're going to finish the row with 6 stitches for a total of 26. We're only increasing by 2 stitches. So now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put my thing back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here we're going to put our 2 single crochets. Then we're going to do another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to put in 2 single crochets, and then we should have 6 stitches left. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And why do I have an extra stitch? All right, 6. I'm going to count because we should have 26 stitches. Am I not in the right place? This is why it's better to put the yarn in the stitch. I ended where I was supposed to end. It's just a little confusing when it's not on the top of the stitch, but in front. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. All right, so now we're going to do the next row, which is, we're going to do it again. We're going to do 1 single crochet 5 times. Wait, let me pull my, okay. Real Cat was getting a little upset because I'm paying attention too much to Yarn Cat. All right, so we're going to do 1 single crochet 5 times, 2 single crochets, and then we're going to start a repeat after that, which I will read to you after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we know we're going to start a repeat because it has the asterisks in front of it. So this is what we're going to do. Excuse me. 1 single crochet 6 times, and then 2 single crochets in the 7th stitch, and we're going to do that 2 times. And then we're going to end the row with 5 single crochets and 2 single crochets in the last stitch. All right, so we're going to do, sorry, I don't have my glasses on because it makes it hard to read. So we just did the 5. All right, so we're going to do 6, and then and then 2 single crochets. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to put a 2 here. And now we're going to do it again. So sometimes you get something that's easy to crochet, but the pattern is difficult to read. So, yeah, that's why you need to know about the asterisks and the repeats and all that good stuff. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to do 2 here. Then we're going to finish the row with our 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and look what happened. I need to do 2, I have an extra stitch. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pretend like I don't have an extra stitch. And just going to pretend like I didn't make a mistake. And I don't think anything bad's going to happen. But I must not have counted to 6. I must have counted to 5. But we're definitely going to count the stitches in our row and see how many we have. And we should have, at the end of this row, 30 stitches. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30. All right. So I made a little boo-boo somewhere. I think I made a boo-boo over here. So I can make that much difference. So, yeah. Okay. Now we're going to do the, we're going to skip this next paragraph because that's to make the tail on the other side. So now you're going to do 3 rows of 30. So you're just going to put 1 single crochet around 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times. So I will see you after you have done that because I am fully confident that you can do it. Okay. Aren't you proud of yourself? You have just finished 90 single crochets. Very nice. Now we have only 4 more rows to go. How exciting is that? So now we're going to start doing our decreases. So we're going to do, fix this up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these 2 are going to go together. And we're going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So 1, 2, 3. Let's grab that. Go back into this one, grab this, tighten it up so that they're about the same. Get my camera to refocus. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Making sure again. 1, 2. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. It's just 3. All right, so we're gonna rib it out. That's okay. So what it was supposed to be is 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. And I did that on purpose. I'm lying. I did that on purpose so that you could see that even someone who's made probably 10 of these makes mistakes too. And it's okay if you make a mistake. Okay, so 3, and now we're going to do a decrease here. Now, if I would have started with the correct pattern after that, without taking those stitches out, the mistake stitches, it probably would have worked out fine. But, you know, it's best to try and do it by the directions. 2. And, okay, did I do it wrong again? Because you can tell I am tired. Oh, did I look at the wrong row? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm reading that paragraph right there. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm doing it right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, if you're tired, you should stop. And if you don't want to stop, then you should just, count maybe periodically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if I knew how to edit properly, I would edit this, but I don't know. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so now it says 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1. 2, 3. I'll put these together. Oops. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I didn't do a wide view on this, a landscape or a wide screen, because it looked funny and I couldn't figure out how to position my head properly. So I hope when I upload this, it is easy enough to see, even though it's in a vertical. So, yeah. And someone could tell me in the comments, what row did your fingers start hurting? My fingers started hurting in about row 9. So yeah. All right, I think I made another, wait a minute. That's all right. I think that was a mistake too, but that's all right. We're gonna count our stitches. We should have 24 stitches. So I'm going to count and I will come back in about a second. Okay, I've moved my stitch marker and counted. I have my 24 stitches. This row is going to go from 24 to 18, and we are on row 23. So we're going to do 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 2 together. So here we go. 1, 2. Oh, right now this thumb is starting to hurt. 3. 4, 5, and now we're going to do a decrease. 6, and I just got an alert to plug my battery in. Okay. All right, disaster averted. Okay. And 1, 2, and the stitches together. And if anyone knows what language this is, is that Chinese? I don't know if that's Chinese or Japanese. And I'm sorry, because those are 2 very, very different groups of people. If you want to put in a comment, you can tell me. 1, 2, put these together. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We should have 18, and we're going to count and make sure. And I'll be back in a minute. Nope, in a second. Okay, I am back. All right, this is going to be our almost last round. Hopefully my camera won't fall over. Wait a minute. Okay. So I'm going to move my stitch marker. And oh, geez, look at my hand. So close to this thing. Okay. So now what we're going to do is 1 single crochet and then a decrease. 1 single crochet and then a decrease, and we will end up like 12. And this should sound a little familiar because this is how we did the top part, or the head of the cat. And just making sure this first stitch is nice and evenly tight. So that's good enough. So here and here. This will take us down to 12 stitches. So I will meet you. Well, you know what? Let me do this with you, because it is, the decreases can be a little challenging. because you're decreasing, and you just want to try and make sure you're making your stitches as tight as you can so you don't have your stuffing showing. It's going to happen a little bit, and you know, that's just part of it. Part of Amigurumi is can't all be perfectly uniform. So just every other stitch is going to be a decrease. And then, believe it or not, we have one row left. And after the one row, we have the stuffing, and then we have the stitching it closed. Yep. We have the tail. And then we have the ears. And just depending on how long this takes, I don't know if I'm going to do it all in this video or have part 3. I'm not sure. Of course, I ran out of yarn again. I am using all scrap yarn for this project. Okay, so now I'm going to finagle this knot through. Finagle. It's my word my dad used to use. Okay. Did I do this? All right, I'll come back to you at the end of the row. Okay, I'm back. Here is last stitch of the row. We'll put these 2 stitches together. Then we're going to stuff. I'm going to put this out real big so I don't lose any stitches, because that is so sad when that happens. Okay. Now, the important thing, though, when you stuff is that you don't want to stuff it like all the way down to here, because otherwise Kitty's not going to sit properly. So, take our fluff and start stuffing. I will come back when I get to where I want to be. Okay, so I have stuffed the yarn, and I think I did a better job with this one than the one before, because what I'm doing is I am kind of folding it where the decrease started, and I'm going to sit it down and see if, oops, if I can get it to stand up. We're set. Yay! Yay! Okay, well, I was trying to do a better camera angle. So this one is a little, it looks a little bit different than this one, because this one I think I overstuffed. See, I should have stopped stuffing it right about here, so it has this extra row. And I can play around with it and manipulate the stuffing. So I have a little bit of extra stuffing left over that I didn't use. So you can play around with it, and it's up to how you want it to be. But the idea is for the kitty to sit down. So now we're going to do the last decrease row, and then we're going to stitch it closed. So this one is every stitch is a decrease stitch, and you're going to do it 6 times. So we don't even need a stitch marker, because I think you will be able to keep track of it as you go along. Okay, so we're going to push the stuffing in for now, just to make it a little bit easier. And so we have our 12 stitches, and now you could have, and I didn't tell you this at the beginning because we're trying to follow a pattern, but if you didn't want the kitty to sit at an angle, you could have just done an even increase. And if anyone comments on that, I can do a little short tutorial on how to take this pattern and make it like that, where the kitty is just sitting normal. So, okay. Don't worry that it looks like I've lost the shape to this, and I did. But after, we will manipulate or push around the stuffing. And it looks like I have 2 stitches left. I'm going to pull it out of the camera. Okay. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now the pattern says to leave a very long tail. So that's what we're going to do. How long is long? I don't know. It says, and form the 2 ears. All right. It doesn't really say how to form the ears, but she does show it in the picture. So this is the way that you would, sorry, bring my camera in. The stitches, you're going to, instead of going through the top of the stitch, you're going to go around the post. That'll make it look very clean. If you do it wrong, it's not really going to matter because it will get all blended into the yarn anyway. Plus your kitty cat will be sitting down. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, now that I have successfully messed up my camera, is I'm going to try and figure that. There we go. All right. Now what you need is your tapestry needle. So here is mine. And I'm going to take this strand now and I'm going to pull it out like this. And in order to thread these, you should wind or put it over the needle, squeeze it as tight as you can, pull it off, turn it over, put it through the eye. If you have a hard time getting it through, you can also moisten it with a little bit of water. All right. Oh, my camera is falling over. Okay. All right. Just calm down, Michelle. Okay. All right. So here is the first stitch. So we're going to take our needle. We're going to go behind, underneath there, right? Pull it through. And then see the post is right there. We're going to take this, go to the next stitch, go under it like that. Then turn again. Find the next post. And you will find this to be true of almost every activity that you will do in life. The setup and the closing are usually the most important parts of any project that you do. And a lot of times, in crafts, we don't really spend a lot of time learning how to properly end something to make it look good. So this is a nice, clean way of ending an amigurumi, which I didn't know about for a while. So I am happy to share this with you. Thank goodness for YouTube, because before things were available online and you had to read a written crochet or knitting pattern, very difficult to read. Everything was an abbreviation. Very confusing. And then when you pull this, it makes it look nice and clean and should sit in there. Look how nice that looks. All right, now it says to take this needle and carry it up the side. You don't want to pull in this, go straight through the stuffing, but you know, it's not going to go the whole way. So you're going to pop it through up like through here. And then just go right back into the space where you went, where you came out. So I'm going to have to take mine off the camera because it's hard for me to see. And then go right back into that space so that it doesn't create a stitch. And then pull it up as far as you can. Find another opening. And if you go over a stitch, it's not going to make too much of a difference. So I will do that just so you can see what I'm talking about. Now you don't want to pull too hard because you don't want to pull the side of the cat up, but you know. So say I split the yarn or something. I can just put my needle right here and no one's going to know any different. Then the picture says to like come down to about here. And then go through the top like this. This part you're going to pull tight. And it'll kind of pinch it to make like a little ear. See, I feel it pulling on the bottom. I never really put the ears on, so I'm going to say we're not going to do that. Sorry. We're just going to snip this right now. And don't worry about it. Okay? Now you're going to reposition your stuffing. Some more of it goes to the bottom. And you have your little kitty cat without his tail. Now we're going to put the tail on. Now it says to crochet, the tail is 12 chains. So, and then to sew it on, but I don't want you to have to sew it. So you're going to put it over here. So find how the part that's going to be the flat part, and then right about here. On mine, I did it too low. I mean, it's okay. And then you're going to take your hook, your crochet hook, and you're just going to find a post in here, like that. And then just pull some yarn through. Pull both of these, the working yarn and the tail, pull both of those through. And then pull it all the way so that one's loose. And now you're going to crochet 12 stitches. If you want your tail a little bit longer, you can do 15 or 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 1. But I'm going to do 15 plus 1. So 13, 14, 15 plus 1. And now you're going to do a single crochet going back. Could you put the tail in contrasting colors? Of course. Do whatever you want. Cats have all different kinds of colors, right? Or color combinations. Some cats are famous for it. It's like the cat that's all white with a black tail. Okay. I'm going to pause this for a moment. Okay. Sorry, my hands all got all tangled up there. All right. Oh, I am so proud of me and you for finishing this, or almost finishing it. We are almost done. I am someone who has a tendency to start things and then not finish them. It's very, very true. So we'll have to figure out. All right, I'm going to take this off camera to finish. And what we're going to do is we're going to weave in the ends. I just have this one stitch left. 2 stitches. And then we'll do the eyes in the little bow. Okay, so I did the 2 stitches. Now I'm going to cut the yarn. I'm going to now take this and kind of go back to where it was attached. I'm going to pull this tight. There we go. I'm going to go back in here. And I'm going to just slip stitch it in. And I'm going to pull it through. Okay. And then I'm going to take my, you can use your hook or your tapestry needle. I'm just going to take these 2 ends and pull them through. Now, if you were going to make this as a toy for a cat, which I just thought of now, what you would do is, when you're stuffing it is, you would put in like a little tiny bag of catnip, maybe with a couple holes in it so they could smell it. They could usually smell it through the plastic bag. Where would you get this little teeny tiny bag? I don't know. You know when you buy jewelry, sometimes it comes with a little bag or something, like one of those. If you put the catnip in straight, it just falls right out. So that's why I'm suggesting you do that. Or you could put it in a piece of cloth and sew it up. Or empty out a tea bag. I don't know. People are creative. You'll figure it out. I just thought of it now. All right, anyway, I'm pulling this in. And this will just act as extra stuffing. Okay. And yes, I am a bit disappointed about the ear situation on here, but I don't even do the ears on mine. I think that little point, I did a little bit on here. The point when you start kind of formed it. Now there is a cat called a Scottish Fold, which is a cat that doesn't have properly formed ears. So they look like they don't have any ears. This is taking very long on camera, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am back. Now, you can put in this really bright yellow, which I don't like now that I'm looking at it. Or you can put, I'm going to put this pink so that it kind of matches the other kitty. And this is, I did probably too much yarn, but better to have too much. So he's going to sit. And there's a special way to tie these bows to make it look neater. My mom used to make these beautiful bows. This little bow kit that she got, but I don't know how to do that. And again, if your yarn is wrinkly or whatever, you could use water to flatten it. Do not iron this yarn. It will melt. It is acrylic. And then you just make it a little neater. This. Now he's got his little bow tie on, or she, whatever you want to call it. Then you can trim it. And look, now you have little kitty just like this one. And you can put the eyes in now if you want. I'm not going to do the embroidery because I think it is taking a little bit too long for this video. Maybe I will, I don't know. So you can put the eye here. The pattern set to do between rows 7 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you would have to eyeball this. So I would put it like here. And then here. They said put 6 apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And sometimes, you know, when you're making these, if you're off on your stitches, sometimes if you put the eyes on, by the time you get done, your eyes might be off to the side or something. Now, if you're just going to keep this for yourself, you don't really need the backs. If you're going to give it as a gift, you might want to use some Gorilla Glue. My suggestion is if you're using Gorilla Glue, if you're a child, have a parent do it. If you're an adult, I would suggest that you use some gloves and then use like a Q-tip and put the Gorilla Glue on the thing that you're going to glue. And I just wear the cleaning gloves so that if I get it on my fingers, at least it's on a glove, right? Like that's what I did with these. This is glued on, this is glued on, and these come out because I put them on after I was done making them. Or did I? Yeah. Okay. And now we're going to put the little nose here. So we're going to go over here. And there are different cat faces that you can look up to do a different a different style of face. So hers is like I think right in the middle. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pay attention now, so I'm going to pull this all the way through. If you tie a knot, it's hard to get it in anyway. You can put it right here. Wait a minute. So see, I don't know. I don't really like this. So maybe I'll do another video on a better face to put on the little kitty. Like that. See, that looks cute, right? The little face like that. And then the ears, I think it would be better to not draw the string up like we did. I'm just going to snip this. And if I don't like it, I could just pull it out really easily if I want to take it out later. I think it would have been better to do it like the way I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to take some of this green. And oh my gosh. And yeah, I'm very used to doing live streams, so I forget that I could pause and not make you wait while I do mundane things like this. So anyway, there we go. All right, so remember, you can't really put a knot in it because if you put a knot, you're not going to be able to get it through the material. Oops, I just knocked my camera over again. So when we pulled it up on the side, it was difficult to get enough tension in the ear without pulling up the yarn from the bottom. So what I'm going to do is, now that it's loose, I'm going to put the yarn right about here. And I'm going to bring it up about there. And see that funky row? That's your middle. It's funky looking. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to have to take this off. Hopefully my battery won't die. Oh, something just fell on the floor. Probably the charger, Michelle. Okay. And then I'm going to be careful as I pull it through. And I can see I'm a little bit off, and that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to stop. I'm going to bring my needle. I'm going to put it right here. Then I'm going to go back. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. going to go up here and I'm going to put it over another stitch so it doesn't get pulled through. I'm going to come down right about here. This is why you want to use a tapestry needle, not a sewing needle. You might pinch your finger too much. And then you're going to have to do it a couple times so that you don't pull the yarn through. We're going to do the same thing over here. I think it's safe to pull, so let's do that. Oh, look how cute that is. All right, let's do it one more time to anchor it. Get the camera to focus. Put it right back. No, that's going to make it go. I'll put it through right here. And then right through there. And we're going to pull it. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so now we're going to take this needle, and now we are going to take it to the other side. Bring it up to the top. And try and make it even. Just kind of eyeball it. And I mean, I do have rulers and a tape measure, but that's, oh my goodness, look what happened. All right, that's very obvious. I'm going to take that out. Forgot to pull it through. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now I'm not going to go back in the same spot because I do want the yarn to get anchored on. So I'm going to go on the other side of that stitch. I'm going to go down a little bit, like 3 rows. Pull through. Now this side I have to be careful. I don't pull too hard because I don't want to mess up the other side, right? So I'm going to pinch this to kind of hold the yarn in place. Am I actually holding the yarn? I don't know. I hope. I'm going to go on the other side of the post over here. And then back up around where we were at. Now we're going to pull it. Oh, it's kind of cute. All right. See, I don't know. If you like those big eyes, it's cute. I don't know. All right, and then I'm just going to take the yarn and kind of go down here. And then I'm going to snip it. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm saying oh my goodness because my battery's in battery saving mode. All right. So we have that little strand there. And we have this. And then if you don't like those big eyes, you could put, oops, you can put in smaller eyes. I have smaller eyes available. I do. I'll take them out of Miss Pinky. No, she's blind. She'll be fine. She'll be okay. All right. So now we are done. And I could this up. Is that right? Just a little bit. All right, you should be very, very proud of yourself. And it would be fantastic if people could send me pictures of their finished creation, whether or not it has a face on it or not. And I have an email. You can send me a picture of it. That would be great. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you watched all the way to the end, you are fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. And all right. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know where I'm at. Help. Help. All right. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Please send me comments on here so I can do a better job next time. Thank you. Thank you.